Johnstone right in the what a fucking day, wasn't it? Beautiful.
I know what we're doing here.
Lucky to be alive, mate.
I know. What you going to do?
We're going out. We're going for a
Where are you going to do?
I'm good.
Family.
I never got in.
No, we've just decided there.
You can't do that.
The sun's shining.
We're not allowed. But you did.
I'm double dunting.
I've started listening to Clyde because he's on it.
Oh,
that's when you know something's going wrong in your life. What's happening in your life? Clyde doing that.
My old man's been saying, says no, get it, switch on, Dad.
Yeah, switch off at 7 o'clock.
Switch on. On the... Aye.
How does he hope, man?
But you were telling us a wee story last week walking in the motor about the producer, the man you done. Should I tell that? No.
fucking got
You need to tell it now, hurry up, come on. Tell it. What was it? You tell it, Derek.
No, it's just the answer. You've told me.
It was only one.
That's class.
The producer, right, he's fucking thick as shit, right? And he's stunning and he gives Gordon Duncan the questions. So I'm like, and he puts them down. So I walked by with the phone, didn't I?
Class,
I'm sitting, I get fucking beat up, mate, 10 out of 10. It was fucking brilliant.
Amazing. Right, we need to talk about your skydive, mate. The video went out yesterday.
What do you say?
It's like somebody throwing a Johnny out a window.
Mate, it's like...
I used Johnny getting flung out the window.
No, it's like a Johnny's put here. He did it. See the way that looks. But I never realised, so... I couldn't wait to watch the video back so I could show everybody. I had it set. See the song Top Gun?
Maverick.
Danger Zone. So I was going to put that in the
What does that go like?
No, I can't remember. But it's like you're a bit of rock.
Welcome to the Danger Zone.
So I was going to have that playing on the top of the sky. And then when the video gets sent through, I went, oh no, what's happened there? So when I'm at the top of the plane about a minute before I go out, I said to the boy, I was locked in so I didn't want to move my hands. I said to the boy in my back, can you put my glasses on my face? But he's put them down. One of the goggles is in my nose, another one's there. So I look, fuck the whole way coming down. Round the whole skydive.
How high?
11,000 feet.
Mate,
that's good. That's no bad.
But why was your tongue sticking out the whole time?
Because you literally check.
Especially with a gum shield in. How did you manage that with a gum shield in?
Mate, that's the most terrifying thing I've ever done.
Why did you wear a Celtic top?
No, he never opened his eyes once. You know where he got the idea for it? The birdies were a couple of weeks ago doing the exact same thing.
Is that me?
Well, I never...
Do you do that, Senior? Do you do it with your eyes shut?
No,
the bird
No, but see with the eyes, I only opened them once. I was fucking shit. Everybody was writing last night, what's the point in doing it if you're not going to open your eyes? But I was fucking genuinely scared. But see halfway through it, I opened them. But I was like, fucking it, if it was blurry. It was obviously because the glasses were fucked into my face, I couldn't see it.
You should have done it and landed in George Square or something. Instead of somewhere safe.
It's a fucking long way for Perth, mate.
He wants today to say I want to take lessons to do it myself.
Couple. Aye, solo. I'm not doing that. A guy. No, that guy.
But
Jump out.
What do you mean lessons? How are you going to get lessons?
He's
You jump free, what do you call it? Free fall hang.
You
jump off buildings.
What, we need you on the back of it?
Aye, jump off buildings.
Jump off the bunk. Just jump off the bunk.
Aye, you just pulled the wee hang at the back. That's you.
Aye, so you
What can go wrong? You're only falling and there's a big parachute.
Have you done
Where
it
do you land?
Aye, I'd done it
Terrifying.
2 years ago. It's night up, by the way. And you've got to wait till the skies are clear, right?
Aye.
And the skies weren't clear. And because I was doing it for Cash for Kids, the boy went, right, there's only one going up. And that's a bad sign. Right? Because there are about 20 people up doing it for all different charities. And the boy went, we're only letting one go up, and it's you. I was like, no, I'm quite happy to fucking stay here, mate, right? So it goes up, and the guy gets you to the side. There's no fucking door in the plane, first and foremost, right?
Cold then.
I'm fear of heights. So that's
Open plan plane, it's an open plan on it.
aye, so you know,
Convertible.
the boy got me to the side, and I'm
What when you're dangling out the doors?
aye.
Oh,
I was taking cramp and everything, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm shitting myself, and the boy says to me, I'm going to count to 3, and when we get to 3, we'll go. He says, that okay? And I turned around and I went, aye, and he went, fuck.
What speed you got?
220 mile an hour I was going.
Eh?
Swear to fuck.
How fast were you
Couldn't
going?
breathe.
250, I think.
221. Mate, the guy on your back was a hero.
Ah, he was amazing.
Oh, is that?
Because he warned me.
Strapped right onto your back?
Aye,
I didn't feel it.
if he takes a bonus, you're getting one. I'm telling you.
For him, nothing came for
You
him.
didn't feel it?
No,
I didn't.
Extra lib.
he was brilliant, but he did warn me to start. He
Well
went,
done, mate.
you need to relax now because you're going to make it impossible for us to go down because how nervous I was.
What was the best bit?
Landing.
Landing on
Is
the
it?
gra- on the
Not
gra-
even when the parachute comes out and you're just kind of
Ah, yeah.
much.
surely that's quite nice, nah?
You get a great view.
I couldn't see it if you had it.
Seriously?
I didn't have it.
Ah, that's
Looks
the
good, the
best.
paragliding. You seen them in Tenerife? They come in.
That was good. I did that. That does look good.
That looks
The bungee be the worst. Wouldn't
Oh,
it?
fucking
Bungee,
bungee,
yeah.
mate.
Paragliding looks
Is
amazing.
it any he's ever done in an extreme? I know he's done the plane. Whichever.
I done the zip line across the Munich
We watched it.
stadium, mate. Right?
What, is that when you get in a park?
Listen, but hold on a minute.
Party bar.
Right?
Him and Hugh Keevans up
I done that. Doing
up
snapping.
Shatler Road. Pushing Shugged in the zip
See
line.
when it hits a bit and your wee legs kick forward.
It flips you off, doesn't it?
You're purely pricks, right? At least I'm doing it for charity and making some money. Mate, I'm telling you, standing at the top of that
You didn't get a fee
stadium.
for that. Come on, good man. You don't know how much am I getting for that?
The problem is the guy says to you, on you go. And I went, wanna go where? He says, just step off. And it's a 40-foot drop.
What is it, like a swing?
Aye, so basically you're up there, you drop 40 feet and then it gets you and then it slides you.
How did you used to do down the woods when you were wee growing up?
What? A fucking 40-foot zip line? What did you do?
Dokies, you know that? Swings and all that, you used to go down
What's
the
that
woods.
swing you had in your room?
Things you used to do down the woods.
Once you go down the woods, didn't you?
Did you ever do a shite in the woods?
Dokies.
Oh, you can't
Aye.
do that.
Aye, but I think we've all done that, haven't we?
No,
I've not. I've not done that.
Dens and all that. Dens and then under.
usually the
Yeah,
pan.
wee fairy. He's away, he needs a job, he's away home.
Oh, I'd run him, mate. I'd do a 45-minute run him, mate.
Is that how you run the way you run?
Every time you fly, I'm going to...
Is that why you
I
run
run
the
a
way
bit
you run? Because you're always run for a
Would
shit.
you wipe yourself with? Did you wipe?
Never
Or
done it.
Nah.
I couldn't do that, mate.
Leaks.
I've seen guys in the golf course run into the woods.
For a shite? Oh,
Drop,
no.
mate, drop one right.
Couldn't do that.
And then, I'm like, fucking, just, you can't play with me, mate. Right?
No,
Just,
that's...
in the woods.
Shake hands at the end of the game.
They
or not?
fuck back. And they use their knickers as a...
Is there?
You need to
mate,
He's done that in Prent in the West End.
I
That's
couldn't
right.
believe it. I didn't have
Aye, he's
done
done
a shit in
it.
Brent. There's no toilet paper there. Just had brought new Calvin Klein's. Had to make marks.
Hold on a minute. So where did you put
Did you wash them when you get
In
in?
his mouth.
Come out with them like that?
Starting them right in his pocket, to them
That was what he's wearing on the skydiver. He said,
I'm not fucking throwing these away.
Shit, just went and asked for a bag. Take them hit me.
ask Prent for a bag.
Left in between us.
Shite bag.
But just lastly on the
What you done
skydive, 6,000 very so.
Nah,
brilliant.
you're a
Fuck.
man.
Oh, well done.
Top.
Brilliant.
I'll need to go
Brilliant.
and look at it. I've not donated yet.
Anybody that's not donated that you thought would?
Could be around here, but I don't know if the big fella, Big Kev's donated.
No,
He's having a nightmare. He's having a shocker. Seen the weather on Tenerife. There's storms and all that the last couple of days.
The roads
He's
are all
went for a
flooded,
week.
aren't they?
Aye, and it's horrendous.
It's scorching here enough.
Aye, only Big Kev could do that.
That's the worst thing about
Oh,
it.
mate.
And you phone him and they go, oh, the weather's
Kev.
great.
Great here.
That's a fucking nightmare.
Have you
innit?
went on holiday where it has piston for the full week?
Oh, aye.
Not for the full time, but I went to
Couple of
Mexico
days.
and it rained like unbelievably for about 4 days.
Mate, that could be the worst feel in the world, isn't
Sometimes
it?
you want it to just pelt
No.
down that.
They
Aye,
fuck.
you do. Because
what?
Because you just go for it. There's only one.
So you
Go
go
for it.
to
Aye,
drink,
go
start
for it.
drinking.
Aye, you just got to go to the pub, haven't you?
Aye, but it's different if it rains. And
It
it's,
rains, mate.
It's like holiday rain where it's on then off and it clears up, but know that.
Remember
flooding the
him in
streets
Germany
and all
when he
that.
came here? Didn't leave a hotel, just drank the whole time. Didn't even go to the game.
Brilliant, by the way.
I should never left the hotel, did he?
He didn't come to the game.
No, he
just
did. He
went,
bumped a Chinese meal.
That's what he did.
What city was that? Where was that? What game was that? Frankfurt?
Stuttgart.
Stuttgart. So if you're on a
Stuttgart, they were
Chinese in
Stuttgart.
Stuttgart, he's due you fucking 60 quid.
Who's that?
The 2 years, well, it was the 2 years she's left me there.
Oh, he was shit. We got him mocked. You ended up paying the bill, didn't you?
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, bro, anything on you this week, lads?
Aye, Mount right, go on you go.
No, on you go.
All people.
all people.
What, as in used to?
Fuck that guy.
Now you know how we fucking feel.
Slightly older than us that are just walk across the road and don't even. They see you driving up and they just fucking walk right.
Is there any thought to hit
I
in?
quite like that.
Get it? But
Aye,
I'm going
I
to
like
fucking
that.
hit one. Because I'm fed up. I'm just
Mate,
going
learn
to
a
take
lesson.
you.
Just clip them, man. You don't hit them, clip them.
Well, do you know what? Because you know sometimes you do that. You speed up instead of slowing down and then you
Do you laugh right?
Aye.
quite like
Give them a
that.
fright. Do you do that? Do you give them
I
a
quite
fright?
like that.
They
don't
don't give
give
a
a
fuck.
dog a fuck.
They don't, they just walk right
I
out.
like that. I don't mind that.
Well,
Hey, that could be your parent. And you're fucking.
still fucking abide by the rules.
I agree with you, mate. I know what you're saying.
That'll be you.
They don't hear the hot. They don't even bother. They
That'll
just,
be you in 10 years. Just like
They just walk it. And
Do you know the fact is that they know that they're slow walking across the road as well and they're still, do you know what I mean?
They see you coming and they
see
still walk right out. in
I
front
agree
of
with
you
you,
and they
mate.
don't
What
give
if
a
they've
fuck.
been waiting there for ages and think, I can't
Just
get
wait a bit longer,
this
man.
guy looks dead nice, he'll slow down.
Slow down.
Use anything else?
I was up at St Andrews weekend. How nice is it?
Beautiful.
I want to buy a caravan. I want somebody out there to half up with me.
But as in half the money for you?
Slate
get one.
once you get to
I've
donations.
no dough.
Get that donation in that caravan, mate.
Mate,
Get right.
Much is a caravan?
I don't know.
See, if you just tell you're going through a hard time, you need a caravan.
Get a mobile home.
No, you need
Yeah,
to.
mobile
You
home.
need to
Just
You're a
spend.
charity, mate. You're a charity. Going towards your head's a charity, mate.
Actually, I would ban caravans.
To the road.
I don't like them at all.
No, I'm the same, mate.
I think they're filthy.
Do you not like the
There's something
mobile
weird
home?
See anywhere you can smell your toilet in the
Shite,
kitchen,
aye.
mate, right next to each other?
about something strange about them.
No, you're
mobile
buying
home.
a big spucky. You're not buying a
mobile
wee
home.
shitey
Oh,
one you
mobile
put in the back of your motor.
Even, it's not like Snatch, the caravan,
You like that?
the
Even
trailer.
caravan parks.
It's an
I think
actual.
they're
Strange, mate.
always weird about them.
Some of them are
Good.
a trailer.
St Andrews
A
is
trailer.
brilliant.
See, Carol's brother in Colorado, he's
The
got
hairy ass man.
his trailer's
That's a
bigger.
sheriff.
It's massive. No, that's Jim.
Oh, is it?
That's the other. Aye, their brother.
Jim's a hairy
Is that
ass
how
man
you know
and-
them apart?
Yeah,
With the
I'm
hairs
just
on
saying,
the
Aye, definitely.
So what's you got a trailer?
I mean, you could have up.
Used
Why
to be
don't we
brilliant.
just live together?
Why?
Men behaving badly. Remember that show, Men behaving
You're
badly?
going to propose to me? I was getting a bit
Because we
emotional.
were talking about doing the ironing, weren't we? So
I know.
we're good at that.
Well, who's doing the ironing then?
Oh, we can take turns about it.
He doesn't like doing it. You don't
It
iron.
frustrates me.
No, we can do it.
No, I never says you can, but he doesn't like doing it and you don't do it.
We'd need you just take a wee turn about, won't we?
Do you iron your pants, Daz?
Do you? Fuck.
No.
It's get big
No.
pants.
No.
If
Do
I-
you?
No, I don't.
I don't
I
know
would
do,
iron
don't
your
I?
pants.
I don't know end in the
Wrinkly.
world that irons their pants.
You've got a 6 iron in your pants, mate. You don't iron your
fuck.
pants.
I just
That's a
waved that
club.
about.
That's a big club.
It's a
you got.
driver, he's
Aye.
Right, anything else?
Swing it from side to side.
Anything else annoyed you?
Nah, well, good. What have we got to there,
So again, the fans are, the amount I get's incredible. Blair Duff, pet peeve, make grown men wearing their football tops over a hoodie or jumper. Fucking unacceptable. 10 extra wanker points if they've got their
What,
own
at the
name on
game?
the number of the back of it. Has to stop at the game.
No, I think the game's on.
Game's fine.
So you what, a hoodie with the top over it?
If it's cold and you want to support your team.
But I got like so an adult, huh?
Aye, game alright, aye.
You wouldn't just put the top
Not
underneath
just
the
walking
hoodie.
down the street.
No, because you want
I
to see
just
your
says,
tap.
if you're going to a game, aye.
If you show your top off the hood, fellow fans.
Aye, because I hate.
What, in case
Show
like you're
your
not a
colours.
fan?
Show your colours, that's
Show your
what I mean.
colours.
Aye, show the colours. That.
Right, okay.
Right.
Liam Bowes, he was the same grown men wearing football tops. His number 2. When you're in a restaurant and you have a mouthful of your food and the waitress appears
Aye.
out of thin air asking you how your food is while you're
Aye, but it's always your first bite, innit? You're just sitting there and you go like that. How's your food? It's lovely. I've not tasted it yet, but
Have you
it's
ever
nice.
seen him go on his fucking shit?
Have you ever done that? Sent
No,
food
mate.
back? You've ever sent
Okay,
food back?
No.
No,
What about wine?
no,
What about
no,
wine?
I've
You've done
Oh,
that
that's
with wine?
amazing.
There's another. We do that for a week.
Right, just pour it. I just
See if
say
it's
pour it. Just fucking pour
You're
it.
never sending it back, are you?
No.
Not to see if you like it, it's to see if it's caught.
Corked, right?
You're
Is
never.
that what it is? Is that just,
Right.
That's it, right. Education here, innit?
This is one on Lewis Ferguson.
Aye.
He's on a flight with Lewis Ferguson and he's
Right.
watching. He was on the flight from Milan Monday morning to Edinburgh, sitting next to Lewis Ferguson, and he's watching a movie with subtitles on. No chance. I don't see what's wrong with it.
That's a modern thing.
Is it?
Aye. Kids do that.
Watch it with subtitles on.
Have subtitles on, aye.
Did you know that he does
No, I
that?
just stare at the thing in front of me. If I
Maybe it
go.
was a foreign film, but
No, but it could be, but the date would just end my kids.
This is a good
By the
one.
way, the modern day kids do that, don't they?
Aye.
Why is that?
Don't know.
Why are you watching films with
Well, I
I
couldn't
want
get
to
a...
know if he fucking fixes the washing machine at the end of it.
Aye.
You know?
Have you ever watched one of them with subtitles on?
It was what we couldn't...
What's he saying?
That's got me thinking, because
That's spinning.
we couldn't get the woman off the telly doing the sign language.
I love that.
For one of the get. I kept watching that instead of... And some
I know
of the
exactly what you mean.
Some of the facials and all that, because...
Mate, the
What's when she goes like that?
Mate, see the sign language women, they proper get into it.
Oh,
unbelievable.
and
They're brilliant at their jobs.
But it took us about 15-20 minutes to get her off.
Proper get in.
They're pure.
It's
Well,
like,
that's the, they're trying to describe what's
aye,
happening.
pure
They're
fun.
amazing.
I know, but these I just go like, but they're
No,
pure.
they're...
Nah,
And they do facial
that's not how
expressions
you
to
do
go
it.
along with.
That's part of the...
I mean, do you think they get trained to do that? Is that a job?
Well, she's on the telly.
No, who's
She's on the telly and we can't get her up, so somebody's employed
How do you
her.
mean
That's a
the-
job.
Where does
Is that
that?
a job?
Where does that get advertised?
The boys had to go
Do you go
into
for an
how to get
interview?
her up.
Do you speak in an interview? Or do you do si-
That's a great
Here's a
question.
great question.
Well,
Do you speak in the interview or do you do sign language in the interview? When you get an
Got to
interview
be
for the
sign
job?
language, innit? Got to be.
Aye, they've always...
I'd imagine it's both.
I think they should do that.
Can anyone?
They should do that at every press conference.
But can you hear?
should
I was going to say, can you tell us? But they'll probably be deaf, won't they?
Who?
So we're asking the.
The person.
No,
doing
the
sign language.
person. No, the person
Hear
is
it, no.
doing it's not deaf. They're just for deaf people.
Right. Have you done sign
So-
language?
So what, do you think they're just guessing?
No.
She's listening to the guy,
But maybe
and then she's doing the stuff.
If anyone does sign
We should
language
get
on
that-
TV, can you tell us what and the job
amazing.
entails and how you get
My
to do it?
ex-wife could do sign language.
It's amazing. isn't it?
We should get
It's
somebody
Why
to
see
hear.
her fucking try to do it to
We
me?
need it. We need subtitles and sign language.
And sign language, very good. Right, this is a great one. I can't believe it's not been brought up before. Callum McKinnon, right side for pet peeves in the podcast. The workers in any supermarket that will chin you for not paying for your plastic bag. Saying, remember, you need to pay for that. Fuck off, mate. Who are you? The plastic bag police. But they are only doing their job, I would say.
But it's 40 pence now.
Up to 40p, mate.
40,
plastic
you're
bag.
joking.
Right.
Is it? I thought it was 15.
You're 40p.
15.
I thought it was
Never been 15.
It is.
I started at 15
Oh,
minutes.
fuck.
Is that up to
Was it
right?
five
Actually,
pence
that's
right for yours?
started.
Was it?
I just always say just give us a bag.
Do you pay for it?
Aye, but I thought it was 15
Well,
pence.
you obviously don't, 'cause you don't know the fucking price.
Well, I don't look at my receipt or anything. I just
Aye, but
go-
that's a
I don't-
self-service
That's
one.
another thing.
Self-service,
Do you take a receipt? I don't even take a
No, I
receipt.
don't take a receipt.
Because I always
No,
ask you,
you're
do
a
you want a
supermarket.
receipt or not? I say, no,
I take
you're
my own
fine.
bags with me.
So you're trusting the
Oh,
person.
yeah, by the
take it
way, that's the biggest prick in the world, man. I
knew that.
This is why he's a
I
good.
knew that would annoy
Honestly,
you.
oh, that
I knew that would annoy him.
I know he's me
I'd
as well.
put him right in the
I
ghoulies
do
the
as
minute he
well.
walked in, man.
I do as well.
Do you?
I do as well.
Oh,
What one? What? Any could it be a Morrison's and that?
Doesn't
Why
Does it
do you
need
know
to be a
Bag
kind
for
of
life. No, I take the bag for life.
wank
top of the range?
funkin'.
No,
I'm
no.
telling you, I hate that.
I'll go to M&S with an Aldi bag. Don't bother me.
Aye, there you go.
It's just bags.
Fair play to you.
Fuck.
I see, I don't.
Wank bubbles.
I don't want to walk in
Aye,
that
but-
bag.
but
I
it's
knew
the
that
whole
would annoy
point.
you.
It's the whole point
just
of them
knew.
charging you so that you'll take your own bags.
Aye. Save the.
Mate, you
Wow.
don't.
That's all
Fuck
save-
off. I
Save-
bet you're one of these guys, right? You're halfway down the supermarket. Oh, I forgot the bags, hen.
No,
I may as well
no,
turn
I
back
don't
and
do
go back to the house and get a couple of bags.
I don't do that. But the other thing is,
I fucking hate people like
because
you,
you're
man.
paying for the bags, they make the
Fucking-
bags weird. So you get less in and you need to take more of the bags. It's a pain in the arse. So you just take your bag for life.
Wow. There you go, Faddy. Background on it.
Ah, Faddy.
I knew he wouldn't have liked that there.
I honestly, I actually slaughter people that walk in with their bags. Right? I fucking.
Hey,
I'll-
you just
You
you
wait
pay
at the
40
door
for
for
your
them.
bag, mate. That's fine.
See how the
I
course.
really don't, right? This is
See how the course of a
Next
year.
time he's like, his bag under his
How the course of a
little
year.
bag.
If you take your own bag, you'll be able to get yourself a caravan.
You'll be in with the big laundry bags.
You'll be able to get yourself.
Exactly.
Put that towards your caravan.
What do you do with your bag when you get home?
Throw it in the fucking bin. What do you do?
No, I use it as a
Oh,
bin.
you know, is it?
Aye, bin's a good one.
I use it as a bin.
Exactly.
It's a
But
dear-
you don't, mate. You don't walk in a shop with a coat
2 bags.
with a bag.
2 bags.
4 bags, I go pocket.
See on bins? What do you do? Just put them in your pockets?
4 bags,
I
I
think you're all in for a pint of milk. Wonder what bag I'll use it today.
bags? What are you buying?
No, just in case, I double up sometimes as well.
What do you buy? What do you buy in the
double up,
supermarket?
that's-
Squashes.
A lot of sweets,
Oh, you like
Oh,
the big bottles of water, don't you?
Aye.
Ice lollies.
So you keep your bags in the house.
Right, I've got
And then-
a cover for them.
Then when you go, I'm going to the supermarket, you get and take a bag.
What?
Mate, you, honestly, you're needing fucking bulletin, man.
Bullet.
You're gonna start doing that.
Oh,
should.
What's your best bag?
For fuck's
What's your
sake.
best bag?
Go on for M&S. You had
Is
to
that
pay,
the top?
You had to pay
Showing off.
M&S is
The
shite.
paper one.
Paper, see when it's wet,
is
mate.
No,
What's
the one
your
you pay
favourite
extra size, about £1.50 you pay
That's
for
the
it.
bag for life.
Oh, the bag for life.
It must be a good one.
Mate.
Top.
No, just it doesn't matter. They're
Mate,
not
they bag it
the
like you
same. Just
could
what's
take it
on
as
the
a
side.
suitcase.
You could.
M&S.
You could take it could be used as a suitcase. They're that good.
M&S is elite one. I fucking love it.
See, I thought
That
M&S
blows
would
my
be
mind, mate.
a really good
No,
one.
they're,
That
well,
blows my
no,
mind.
aye, but they're all the same.
Right.
I'm not
This needs
associating
to
ever
stop.
again.
As ever, lads, the Coupon Show is brought to you by our partners at SBK. Excited to get away today.
Tell you what, it could be SBK's biggest week with shit with the amount of offers they've got on for our viewers today, Paul.
Firstly, for those
The
of you that
goggles are your eyes
haven't
again.
signed up yet, SBK have a brand new welcome offer available where if you bet £10, you'll get £40 in free bets.
And what a perfect time to sign up, lads. Just as the Masters starts today, do you lads enjoy the
Love
Masters?
it. I've already put my bet on. DeChambeau.
Oh, who you got?
DeChambeau. He's not really good in the Masters with his game, but I'm going to go DeChambeau.
So why are you betting him then? Fucking hell, man. What a genius.
Don't fancy him, he won, but I've stuck 20 on him.
Start a couple of these bags on them.
Aye, exactly.
DeChambeau. Everybody's going with McIlroy. This year I've seen a lot of the pundits
He
going
never
for
wins so much.
I know it's good to.
Scottish
he's never got the Masters.
Scheffler's
Playing well.
He's playing
And
well.
Scottish Scheffler's
He
Scottish
should have
Sheffield.
won the Masters, but
Colin
Sergio Garcia's playing well.
But
Is
he's
he?
no chance.
The wee guys,
The boys that live got a
No
chance.
chance.
They don't
They're
play as much.
hardly playing golf.
I know. So they're fresh.
John Ram's fucking played about 12 rounds.
That'll
in the
kill
last
them though, will
year
it
or
not? That'll
something.
kill them, innit? If
Aye.
they've not played as much
Oh,
as the other guys.
I'll tell you, I was actually thinking about you the other day about the Masters.
What were you
right?
doing?
Naked.
Master what?
See when you
You're
win,
hitting about my, you're hitting me while you're what?
because you're a food man, you're
Yes.
a food connoisseur.
Yes, yeah.
See when you win the Masters, the night before you pick the dinner. What would you
wow.
pick?
Menu.
Mate,
You don't see that?
What, the full
right,
for
aye.
everyone?
Aye, for
I
every.
pick something shite.
Aye.
No, you pick starter,
No, you
main
wouldn't.
course, and dessert. What,
Oh,
You love
wow.
your food too much.
I would pick.
What would your
fucking
starter
hell, I'm
be?
nervous, man.
what would your? Because you've got Tiger Woods, you've got Nicholas, you've got all the fucking greats.
Get it up.
You're not.
We do this all the time.
Mozzarella
Mozzarella
dippers.
changes. No, fuck off, mozzarella dipper.
Who was it? Scheffler won last.
Scheffler.
What did
aye.
he pick? What did Colin Montgomery would pick?
Haggis bonbons.
A Bovril.
Oh,
Haggis bonbons for starters.
Rolling
Lennon
sausage.
soup.
Rolling sausage.
Right, listen to Scottish Sheffler's menu.
Cheeseburger sliders, served
nice.
Scottish style. Firecracker shrimp.
Oh,
Thai
aye.
sweet chilli and sriracha mayo. Papa Chef's meatball and ravioli bites. Pecorino cheese, tomato basil sauce. Texas style chili. Cheddar cheese, jalapenos, corn chip.
Tell you what, that
That's
toilet,
fat bastard, isn't it?
Aye.
that toilet would be
there.
full in
Aye.
about half an hour. They're all queued up in the game.
Imagine that.
Take his own for a shit. Hurry up, Tiger.
Hurry up the fucking... Run away on the sing! We duck our, she's off.
How long did it take you to run for Augusta at steps? Is that what it is? Is that
Augusta.
That's a fucking side.
What's it called?
Augusta.
What a shite, but golf's the most overrated thing in the world.
That's a fuck.
Oh, what a boring fucking spot.
Shite in Augusta. I love the green jacket.
Beautiful.
I love it.
That's the business.
It's like the husband lines one, isn't it?
Aye.
Your dad wears one, didn't he? Tells
Aye, with a hoodie and tap it.
people he's a husband lion, didn't he?
Yeah, he's football tap with the tap.
So that hoodie wears. Amazing. Paul, SPK are not just, they're not forgetting about the football this weekend, are they?
No, I told you, they're unbelievable. The amount of sports they cover, the amount of offers again, the punter side. Take it away, mate.
They're giving you 25% bet builder boost on any Europa League quarter final, lads. For the weekend, you can also get a 20% Acca boost on the Scottish Premiership, and you'll get a 25% bet builder boost for Aberdeen v Rangers at
But that's unbelievable, isn't it? That offer is incredible, mate. It really
It's so
is.
good to SPK, haven't they?
You just love them,
Top
don't you?
notch.
Del, you love
Aye.
them, don't you? Del?
Also,
brilliant.
also the
What do you love about them, Del? Sorry, Aslan.
Just everything.
coffee or
Sorry.
Love
Sorry,
everything.
sorry. I hate that.
The whole. It's about the whole package.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's that. Just the package.
The money that goes in the bank at the end of the month, and that's what.
Scottish Grand National.
Why is
boys.
that? Why did they have a?
Nice.
Why is that a green jacket with the golf?
You might
What's
play
it?
it, didn't
That's
you?
what you get if you win.
No, but is it just that's the
That's it.
tradition?
Yeah.
You wouldn't take it.
You deliberately lose when you're just not aware of it.
You're a champion, Derek Ferguson.
Right,
You're in your jacket.
You just get a jacket and that's it.
Well, you got a
With 10
quid
million
or
quid.
And you get to pick the menu for the next year.
Aye.
Carry bags in them.
And you get invited back for life.
Is it? What,
do
for
you?
life?
Aye, yeah, you won the Masters.
Here's a good question for you.
right.
If you could get invited back to any sporting event for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, fuck. Formula One.
Wimbledon final.
Formula One.
Why, mate? Just go and stand on the M8 and watch fucking
No.
motors drive by. What the fuck would you want to go?
That, didn't he?
One thing you'd go to watch that.
I'm not
No,
happy. I agree with you.
I love the people watching.
Have you been?
Have a fuck, no.
So how do you know you love it that much?
I love watching it.
Aye.
I got up at
I don't get it.
5-6 hour day.
You sit on your couch doing that.
The
watch
only
it?
reason you watch
Get a
it,
basin.
the only reason you watch it is for a crash. Let's be honest.
What's
You
the
want a
crash in that
crash?
deal, man?
Yeah, didn't you? You
Evil
want
Knievel,
a crash?
man.
Oh,
Then you
the
don't
start's the
want them
best bit.
starting off and then all going nice and all that. You want fucking crashes all early shit.
Rodgers, mate.
Aye, didn't you? So there you
Champions,
go.
might be Champions League
Aye,
final.
maybe Champions League.
Aye, that would go with that.
Champions League final.
Aye,
Wimbledon final for me.
definitely.
Aye.
Would you over the Champions League
Wimbledon
final?
final.
Never been.
Passionate.
I know,
No,
but see,
fucking
what I'm going to
amazing.
give you is an argument to that. Wimbledon final, you're going to the same place every year. Champions League final, you're going to different cities every year.
Aye,
would
that's
that
a
know?
good
Mine would
shout.
be a football game.
Well, I went to the Euro final. That was unbelievable, to be fair. But I would go Wimbledon. Imagine watching Federer v Nadal.
I know, but they're retired.
But you,
So you wouldn't be watching that.
you get that on YouTube, mate. You watch it as many times you want. Sure.
Oh no, hold on a minute.
Oh,
I'd maybe like the boxing, maybe again, and I've no Vegas.
that's
Looks good, but Vegas is obviously they're in Saudi now.
Saudi
A
now.
lot, innit? Innit? But
I tell you, I went to
boxing.
UFC, it was tremendous.
Aye.
Was it? Tremendous.
You
good,
went to
but as a
that?
whole
UFC.
show, aye.
London. That was
Who was
amazing.
fighting? Can you remember?
There was a couple of Scottish boys were fighting. Paul Craig. Chris Dunn.
Oh,
It was.
Who'd you go with?
honestly, my boy.
Did you see
Yeah,
your
that's
boy?
brilliant.
He loves it. Aye.
And where was
Like
that?
Paul Craig
What-
sorted
what-
out the tickets.
What was the venue?
The O2 at London.
Oh,
I think it's dead intimidating. I think boxing crowds not dead intimidating.
Oh, mate, always think somebody's gonna get leathered, innit?
Me and my dad went to Kelvin Hall and the two were fucking frightened.
Aye,
They were
that's-
there.
aye,
Stood up the
that
back.
Who was fighting? Jim
was they?
what? Jim
It was
what?
they like that.
That's the last fight I went to see.
Was it?
Jim Watt?
At the time? Jim Watt was brilliant.
I know.
Jim Watt was top notch.
Did you always think it was going to kick off?
It's like that, mate, wasn't it? It's dead rowdy.
But see,
Aye.
see the UFC, it just
Yes, he's here.
the boxing you've got all the ring walks and it takes forever and there's time in between. The UFC, once the guys are finished,
next
they're on their way out, and as they're on their way out of the octagon, the guys are on their way in. It just
How
keeps
many
going.
fights do you get in a night?
Oh, it's
So,
There was
loads in
Aye.
there.
it's a few quid, Ben.
Pimblett fights and Saturday.
Paddy Pimblett,
Paddy's fight.
I met him at the Legends game. What a guy!
That's it,
did you?
He got his picture with the two boys. And that.
Chandler is
Hero,
up
great
against
guy.
you.
Aye, did it matter?
Tell you
Aye,
what,
just
bad.
just quickly, right? One Scottish football player do you think would be best at the UFC? Or manager?
Oh.
Football player or manager?
Murray.
Scottish football.
Murray.
Who?
No, Dundee boys.
Simon Murray.
No,
Murray.
no.
He'd be early placing the cage, wouldn't he? He'd be running
Just
up the
running
cage.
the fucking
He'd
cage,
be running the
wouldn't
top of the cage. Aye, you'd be
Any
100
day.
mile an hour.
Oh,
Don't think about just the big brutes. You got to watch it, say,
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Who's the big boy with the big nut at Dundee?
Oh, Lee Ashcroft.
That's
He's
the
at
one.
Thistle now. That's who I'd go to.
the
Punching
one.
that, he'd make your knuckles.
I like that you've called them big nut.
He likes it. I seen him the other day. He likes
He's
it.
a good big guy. Some player, I know.
Lee Ashcroft's not bad. Jonathan Sunderland.
Oh, no, he get wasted at a
Right.
second. He'd be
Big
skinny.
Carrot Vickers would be.
He'd be no bad.
Aye, he would be good.
But just his
A bit strength.
thick, isn't he?
Aye.
Wine.
There's not really anyone, is there, that you would automatically think of?
You're a jack of all trades, but it's not just like a boxing. You've got to be your jiu-jitsu.
We can't make Devlin would be
Your
good.
wrestling.
See,
See, that's what I'm saying.
stamina.
Somebody like
Pure
aye.
stamina.
And
Just knocked it at the end.
you chuck a ball and he'd jump out the cage, wouldn't you?
Pure stamina. He'd be fighting the ref.
He
and
just
everything.
bounced back up, wouldn't he?
Right, we'll go Camley Devon then. Amazing. Right, what a showdown we've got this weekend, lads.
the best.
This is why the split's so good. So Hearts, Motherwell and St Mirren vying for the final place in the top six. This is why the split needs to stay in it.
Aye. Absolutely.
Even the last couple of weeks in the build-up, it's been brilliant, isn't it?
It does
It is.
because whoever misses out could get dragged into the relegation playoff.
Amazing.
And it's
I
not
know.
always like that,
That-
but it can happen this year.
Who do you just fancy? Who's the favourite? Hearts the favourites for the top six spot?
Well,
I don't even know. It's hard to.
I would say Hearts, aye. I think Hearts are the best team at
Aye.
the three.
but they go to Motherwell.
I know.
It's the whole. Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to go to that game, Dazzler.
Are you, mate?
Aye, I'm going to go.
Would you agree with Slaney that Hearts are the best team at the three?
Just a name here, but there's nothing. There's nothing in it.
I'm fancying
so hard
St
to
Mirren
call.
for a sneaky.
I
I know
was,
what
couldn't.
Really?
It's not that I couldn't believe the result last week. I was surprised. because I watched them a week before against Kelly, and they were super. They're really good at home. Just away, and they're kind of been a wee bit inconsistent. They have a great win. The guys have been talking about it, and then they follow it up with I'm not so good. But they've got a good team, St Mirren.
Yeah.
I like St Mirren any time I've watched them. But it's a
tough one, isn't it?
And it's a toss of a coin. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't call it. I know.
You can see Motherwell and Hearts drawn and St Mirren beating Ross County.
Hearts were good last week up until they got a man sent off, weren't they, against Dundee United?
Hearts are good, but I mean, they found themselves in a position where I know that you look back and say the start to their season, but they still should have more points, and they shouldn't really be in this position. But it's going to be tough. Motherwell, they've been poor the last few games.
Why
But
would that
to be fair to Kilmarnock,
why would that?
they're playing 75 minutes.
I know.
Know that I'm saying that it wouldn't have been Kilmarnock when they won the game, right? But it's never a sending off, is it? Let's it's a fucking ridiculous decision. But you're playing for that long. I agree with you, Faddy. You don't know what Motherwell is now. I think the guy just needs to get to end the season and then obviously change things about. But I've just got to be sneaky that Motherwell and Hearts at Fir Park will be tight, and I think St Mirren will come up the rails.
See that fixture? There was always I don't know. Is there an edge to that? Because see, when I played with Hearts and played against Motherwell, I always felt there was a wee bit of a rivalry. I don't know if it's still there.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know. I always felt that. I don't know what the reason was.
I've never known.
There was always an edge between the
Andy Halliday derby, innit?
That's right.
Andy Halliday derby.
So it is.
The thing is that Motherwell could win, still not get top six.
Yeah.
St Mirren win, Motherwell win, and that's St Mirren are in.
Would you agree with this, that if Hearts did finish in the bottom, finish seventh, they would be the one team that you didn't think would get dragged into the relegation, whether if it was St Mirren and Motherwell, you think there's a good chance it's get dragged into it?
No, I don't think St Mirren will either. Right?
I
don't think Hearts would, but if Motherwell get beat on Saturday, they're dropping. The only thing is you've got other teams that have got to pass you. Look at the amount of teams that's got to pass you.
But they're only 4 points at the minute ahead of Dundee.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you wouldn't be like, you've missed out in top six. There's always next season. You still work to be done. And that the other thing about the split, it's great because you get to this game and 3 teams can go into it. They get into the top 6. But also once you get into the split, they're all playing each other. So it's not as if you go, right, they've got a tougher fixture, they've got an easy one, they all play each other. So they're all deciding who finishes where. So I think that's another great part of the top 6.
Even if you look at St Johnstone aren't going away, I had them dead.
I know.
You're complaining.
I had them dead and buried last week.
I said the exact same thing.
I thought, Celtic will beat them.
I couldn't
that's
see that.
him gone.
I thought Celtic would be comfortable.
It's still a lot for them though, innit? It's still a lot to make.
But you just say they're going to play the teams round about them.
And there's a record no decent against teams round about them.
They're not, the top 6 they're not great, well obviously beat Celtic, but round about them.
It's just the teams above them will be gutted with that result, wouldn't they? They must have been looking at it going,
Well, Dundee and Kilmarnock.
wouldn't they? They must
They'd have been
been
sitting on Saturday night going,
They're away.
brilliant, tune in tomorrow and watch St Johnstone get beaten and St Johnstone win.
They used to do that as players, don't they? You look and think, fuck.
I think they will. I think the players will be thinking that way because they would have been looking at that and thinking like I was thinking that Celtic were going to be comfortable and win that.
You're still happy with the points cushion you've got, but you're looking at it thinking that could have been it.
Yeah.
That could have been it for them. So it is a wee bit like they're still alive, they've still got something, and it just puts all the pressure onto the games coming in.
There's a lot.
The split.
Lot more at stake, and I know it's talking about the top 6, not, but even I don't know how they do it, like the bonus wise, where you finish in the league. I don't know if that's the thing. But then with the finishing,
Definitely.
So there's a lot riding on it, even financially for a lot of the boys as well. So it's squeaky.
Who's your money on then? Who's your money on it's going to finish?
Where?
I would go with you with
Hearts.
the Heart, just. But St Mirren, I like something about St Mirren. I like.
I'm going St Mirren.
Something about St Mirren. Aye.
But you
Every
think
time I watch them,
I would say Hearts. I would say Hearts. I think that Hearts, although it could go against them, for me, Hearts need to be in the top 6. I don't think St Mirren and Motherwell do. And it's not that they're not motivated to be in it. I just think the expectation in Hearts is that they should be in the top 6, which might go against them, and it might helps at Motherwell because you go, right, listen, if we get top 6, it's a brilliant season. For Hearts to miss it in the top 6,
Because
it's a disaster.
that's a difficult play, and it is for Hearts to go to Motherwell. And then you look at, I think St Mirren are strong at home against County.
Aye.
I know.
But,
You got
but
me,
then,
you know.
there you go. Ross County,
Ross
County struggle for spells and then they just pull a win.
But
Yeah, that's
So it wouldn't surprise me if that Motherwell Hearts are drawing, St Mirren draw or lose.
Be interested to get the boys' views on the James Wilson red card. We didn't think it was, and
I didn't
Marcus
think
was
it was
adamant
at all.
All day long.
You think it was
All
it?
day long.
Just under the current rules, Faddy, or just in general, you think that's a red card?
I just think, look, intent doesn't matter. He is going in to try and win the ball, but his leg's that high, and it's not an unbelievable amount of force, but he catches him high just below the knee. That's a red card for me.
Yeah, I'm with
It's a red card.
Thanks, a red.
And it's no you're not looking saying, oh, he's got to learn, and it's just a judgment
time
call
and
at that time to go in for the tackle. I've got no issues with that, but he catches him high. It's no one you go, terrible, young boy, you've got to cut out his game. I just think he's unlucky because he goes in to win the ball, he goes in to a fair challenge. He catches him high. It's a red card for
What
me.
about you,
I don't
Derek?
get any complaints.
Aye, I go with the guys.
I thought you.
I know it's just.
I didn't think it
this
was.
day-
No.
Honestly, I didn't think it was. No, I think he's got to go for that because it's an
But that's
underhit pass.
not the point. Faddy's right. He has got to go for it.
but
But I don't think there's. I know you're saying
Is the ball high? Is the ball
Intent
it's on the
doesn't
ground?
matter,
Is it?
though.
Aye.
It doesn't matter. It's
See
where
when
he
his foot
catches
goes in
him.
though, it doesn't go in first of all high. Does his foot no then come up
Aye.
and catch him high? But I would say I just don't think it's a.
He's not going in to do him,
Aye.
start and go, I'm going to do
because
him. He's
it has
going in to
went
win the
high.
ball and the
Well,
momentum's
yeah,
taking
great.
him, so he goes to ground, and because he's the follow through,
Follow-throughs.
then the speed that he goes in it, and he catches him high. Intent doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What did you read in it, the fact that Shankland never started? Is that down to form? Is that down to what's going to happen in the summer? What are you thinking?
I would say it's probably down to form rather than what's going to happen in the summer because they've still got a job to do. It's not as if you can say, right, we need to plan for next. You've got a job now. You're planning for right now.
Surely he'll
finish in the
start
top
him at the
six.
weekend.
Aye.
Well, Wilson's suspended, you think
Aye,
so? wouldn't
yeah.
Unless he brings drama in.
I feel
makes
for
his feet.
Shankland. I think that drop him off into that number 10 role because everybody labels him with the goals he scored and he won
Aye.
the Player of the Year and everything, right? But all of a sudden you drop off it. It's a different role. I think he plays it well.
Aye.
But me personally, if I was the manager at Heart, I'd be playing Shankland as a centre
So
forward.
the reason
He's a fucking goal scorer.
That's fair. What here? I think he enjoys playing that role.
because as I was going to say, the reason he's been asked because he's a good football player. He sees things. He's good in it. He can play that role. But
But if you're scoring 30 odd goals,
Guy, it's capable of getting 30. mate.
you can't then just drop him deep.
I
Play him
agree
as
with
a
that. I
natural
know.
centre forward.
Aye.
Right, we need to talk about last weekend, Paul.
See before I talked about last weekend. See since weekend, I keep breaking out in blushes of sweat for that skydive. It's like trauma.
Trauma?
done
What? You never seen anything?
No,
Trauma's
you're
when you
shaking,
see
I
someone
can
that
see
affects
you
you.
shaking. You're even thinking about it.
Aye, look, my horns are all.
I think you're desperate for the guy to be on your back again. I think that's what it is.
That's all I enjoy, to be honest.
Your horns are shaking like hell.
It's since
You're
I
right.
keep on waking up in the middle of the night and I'm floods of sweats at that, but I'm just dangling out the plane.
It's not for last week because mine when we were playing snooker, you left a big wet horn print on the table.
That's because I was fighting about this skydive coming.
How was he last week, Poor?
That was a good game.
No, it was a good
actually.
standard, mate. It was a good standard. You won quite
Easy.
comfortably, but I was good. Just maybe just the odd-
With a cutter really good.
That's it.
We're
Well, it was a good
actually, our
standard
breaks
last
are
week.
getting a bit better. We're not getting high, but we're still getting a bit
Mate,
better.
he said that he's a century break and he's not been seen once at Snooker. What do you make of that? All
I've seen
talk?
it.
John Parrott, innit?
I've got my
Davis
Looks
Club
like
down
John
in
Parrott,
Hamilton.
doesn't
I've witnessed it myself.
Well, have you seen it, Tim?
I've seen him
Don't
down in
really
the
like
Davis
it.
Club down in Hamilton.
player, mate.
Producing.
Have you?
Don't get me wrong. I don't.
Don't know, that's because we'll end up with a fucking snooker podcast. I just see it now, man.
Right, what a short weekend. All for them both getting beat.
Wow.
But the odds on that would have been incredible at SBK, wouldn't it have?
We'll start
And
with Rangers.
Liverpool and all. With Liverpool getting
That's
beaten
right,
off.
aye.
It was all the big results, wasn't it?
What do you make of the Rangers game? Why are you struggling so much? Is it-
Faddy
is it-
called it. I
is it
looked at
purely-
him last week. I went like that. I went, "You
Is this
sure?"
purely a mentality thing? Everyone keeps saying a mentality. Is that it? Is
It
it
has
just a
to be.
mentality?
It has to be. You can't win the games you win and lose the games you lose if there's no an issue with the mentality of either how you. I said it last week, right? When you're playing these big games against teams that you feel are better than you raise your game. So you run and you're not thinking about it, but you know you need to run, you know you need to take care of the ball, you know you need to play with a bit of speed, you know you need to get in behind teams and put pressure on. But when you come up against teams you think you're better than, it's no that you can say, well, because we're better than them, we don't need to run. You still need to run the same, because you need to overwhelm the team you're playing against. But if you're going against them and you're no at it, you're no making that run, you're no flying into the tackle, you're no playing with speed in your pass, you're no committing the same number of bodies forward, or you're no willing to make that extra run, then you're not going to reach the levels. You can't just decide when you do it and when you have a day off.
In his interview, didn't he? He says Hibs ran harder, they tackled, they ran quicker, they ran further, they tackled harder. It's simple.
The second goal was a disgrace, wasn't it?
No, the first one, doesn't it? I mean, even with Butland, everybody keeps saying he's a top-class goalkeeper. I don't think he's a top-class goalkeeper.
Would you leave him out tonight?
Goalkeeper, it's a big decision he's got to make.
He's
a good goalkeeper, but good top-class goalkeepers, when you play with the bigger teams, and sometimes you're no called upon for long periods, it's the focus, it's the concentration. That's why like the McGregors were top keepers, and the Gorhams, in my time, the Chris Woods and all that. Because of that concentration.
Would you leave him at the night? Would you leave him at?
Would you?
I would change it, yeah.
I wouldn't. Right, there you go. Because I'm saying he's a good goalkeeper. I don't think he's a top class goalkeeper. I think when you listen to a lot that goes on around about the club, he's a big influence in that dressing room as well. He's a big character. But it's a big call.
Do you think Barry will leave him?
Do you know what
I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah.
I think
do you know what I would do?
He's got to make changes, doesn't he?
I know I would have a serious conversation with my goalkeeping coach. I think McGregor's a big part to play.
I'd play McGregor tonight.
Of course. No, to something doing
on the decision.
On the decision.
All right, I thought I meant on his form.
No, I think you've got to sort of go, because he's working with him every single
it has
day.
to be part of his form as well, because that's who he works with.
Yeah, and I would sit McGregor down, I would have a real comment, and then you would take all the information and you would. It's not like you're putting in a young goalkeeper. Kelly's a Scottish internationalist, right? He's all right, he's a good goalkeeper. I don't think there's a lot of confidence in Butland now. I think Butland's a good goalkeeper,
he's
right?
He's a good goalkeeper.
But he's like everybody
not
else.
A top class goalkeeper.
You lose confidence. It doesn't matter what position. You get through bad
But am I right in saying in his career he has had these spells where as soon as he makes one mistake,
that's
he usually follows the mistake.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's how I don't think he's a top class goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper. That's it. But what it does, it spooks the rest of them, because they lose their confidence. They can't handle the next 10, 15 minutes which comes with when you're playing at Ibrox, when the crowd are like that. You can hear it, you feel it yourself, and that mentality that he's talking about, they don't handle it.
The only problem I've got tonight is if they leave Butland out, you're then looking at your back four, Souttar's missing, your goalkeeper's missing.
Balogun, they'll bring...
you know what I mean? But they're two big guys that would probably, if on form, will play.
You said Rodgers been playing goals.
He's desperate to get a game, choking to get a wee shot and goal.
It's hard because...
Can I reach a bar though?
It's when your goalkeeper makes a mistake like that, and then your centre forward doesn't take a chance or two, which, you know, is so important, innit? And it kind of kills you a wee bit.
Well, here's the question for you, right? If you're a manager, right, and you've got this goalie that's made a couple of mistakes this season, or maybe more than a couple, but in training through that week, and you know for a fact he's a better goalie than the sub goalie.
I know.
What do you go with?
You've got to play Butland today.
I think it's tough, because sometimes, and we've played in teams where there's maybe a player, know that they're a weak link, but they're going through a time where you're looking going, they make mistakes, and sometimes you're thinking the manager needs to help him. You try and pick them up and don't worry about it, and the way we used to do it was you try and make up for somebody else's mistakes. I think it matters on how it impacts the rest of the team as well. You can be annoyed that he's made basic errors and you can say I'm changing him, but your point is then you're bringing in you might unsettle the full back line, which unsettles the team in front of it. So you don't know, you need to get a feel for what the players are thinking. Are they coming in going, fuck's sake, cost us again? Or are they going,
you knew when you were that player as well, didn't you? You're giving me trauma like you.
Get your head up.
Peter, look at me like that. It's his fucking fault, mate. I know what that feels like.
Trap to runner.
So that's a big decision. Another big decision, I think, and I don't think it's been spoke about enough, is Igamane. They need to get him in his right position. You don't want him isolated in a wide area.
Do you think
That's not his
Dexter's
game.
Not a chance.
Well, I tell you what, You think back to the last time Igamane against Hibs, he was absolutely brilliant. I think he's been off form because he's not been played centrally. I don't think it suits him. He feels a wee bit kind of unsure. I think you can get a lot more out of him if he's played.
I think it's one or the other. I don't think the two of them together.
Igamane's better than Dessers for me. What about you?
I think that in some of the, if you think of some of the games, Igamane's been the one against Spurs at home, and then Dessers comes on and brings something a wee bit different.
Rangers' best run of form was when Dessers.
See if Dessers was left out, I wouldn't worry about his attitude in terms of coming on to the game, because you know what you're going to get for the boy. But Igamane, he's a younger boy, he's a bit different. You've got to kind of wrap him in cotton wool a wee bit and look after him a bit better. Play him in his best position, where you think his best position.
Are you leaving
Billy,
Dessers out?
What?
You leaving
I would. I would. Do you know? Because what I'm saying is because I think you can still get Dessers coming on and having an impact in the game. And I just think when you've got guys like wee Dodgy there as well, and nearly, you know, who are forward-thinking players, and you know, they should be getting more out of him, I think, anyway. So I would be playing him. I'd be tending to looking after him a wee
Dessers'
bit more.
biggest crime at Rangers is
missing chances.
Right, but I keep going back to it as a centre forward. I like the fact that I would rather sit in a dressing room and go, do you know what, I could just score 3 today, than sit in a dressing room and go.
But do you understand where I'm coming from, Daz? But I'm saying
Rangers need goals, and I think
it's all right when you're playing against Dundee and you're getting 12 chances. You're now in the quarter-finals. You're not going to get 12 chances.
But I think this is one of these players.
I think that
if he
Igamane's
doesn't
got
have
that
to
wee bit
think
better
about
quality. He will have that better quality. But what I'm saying, I know, because I like the fact that Dessers keeps coming back from there, but I'm saying I wouldn't worry too much about him, bringing him on to it and explaining that to him, saying, listen, you'll come on in the second half and you're going to win us this game. I think he'd be up for it.
His mentality in that sense isn't in question, because he keeps going.
They know how to handle him, I think. So
what a game it's going to be, though. Wait to see the boy Williams. Oh, God.
Wait to see the boy that played in every game in the Euros. We've all seen him.
I know, I keep saying that.
He's a hidden gem. He's a 16-year-old kid. Do you see this?
It's a wee brother.
Robbie Williams.
I wouldn't surprise me, though. I said it on Monday, wouldn't be surprised me if Rangers go and win.
I know.
Honestly, I said it after the Motherwell beat them, and I was like, it could be a long few months there, but then they went and beat Fenerbahce away.
One of a draw keeps them because their best performances are away from him.
Yes.
Right.
By the way, I think a 1-0 defeat's not a bad result. The way they play.
Just stay in the tie. Stay in the tie. That's what I'm thinking. Stay in the tie.
See, just quickly on Rangers, who would you keep next season at this team? Who'd be your definites to keep?
Shooter.
Rafkin, Diomande. Shooter.
Igamane. Work with him, aye.
If you could get Cherny back, I would take my second, but whether...
No get Cherny. I don't think we'll get him. But aye, boys with Raskin, Diomande, you're right. Boys like Barron, Igamane.
So what have you got, 5 or 6?
He's getting the full lot.
No, I'm not. No, I'm fucking
Who are
kidding
you getting ready? Who are you getting ready?
I'm getting ready. Tav's time's up. Balogun's time's up. Proper's time's up. Yilmaz's no good enough for me. Yefty, I would still go with Yefty. There's something there for me. He's only a young boy again. Forget about that. I know Yilmaz has, but Yilmaz has never been my favourite. I just think
too wee, isn't it?
It's not too wee. It's just,
What have you grew over the summer? Still only 13, mate. There's a lot going on.
So there's quite a few.
Where's Danilo?
So what about guys like Barami?
There's a good shout. That's a bringing up Danilo.
Barami?
I wouldn't play Barami in a 5-a-side team, mate.
No, be good in 5.
So it's quite a
he's a good player, but he's not been able to have an impact. I think that there needs to be a change, because we're not talking about players not being good players. We're talking about players and question whether there's a problem with their mentality when they're playing against teams they should beat. So some of them have shown they can't cope with it. It's no, you're saying, oh, they're terrible players. They're good players. But you need to be more than a good player. You need to have the mentality as well. You need to be able to cope with that pressure. And too many of them can't.
And that's good news for Rangers fans is you dropped medication off this morning. Glasgow.
For a lot of them, the doctor went up, me, the psychologist and the doctor went up, prescribed it.
They done a skydive last night, didn't they? They all done a skydive last night.
Oh, God. What was I going to say there? No, I've got a good news. Oh, my God, this is it. This has caught a lot of steam, this story. Greg Taylor.
Wow.
Is this Boyd? I think it started with Boyd, didn't he? Is he just at the wind up because it does seem?
I think
Is
it
he
could be
not?
on.
No.
Is he not?
He's not.
But do you think that could happen? Paddy?
No, he doesn't think it could happen. He just says he thinks it's a good idea.
Is he? What age is Taylor? Sorry.
27.
Here he is
Is he
asking
as young
ages
as that?
again.
He loves the
I'm
ages.
not going to-
27, 28.
Small as well.
Wait till I get my Greg Taylor fucking Filofax it.
No need to order a new number 3.
Why?
The
What
same
does
size
that?
as you, man.
Can I just ask? What does it matter what age?
He loves
Because
it.
If he's 28, I'm not taking him, but if he's 27.
I think we need to
on a
Rangers.
free.
We need to bring in younger guys with the right mentality, some that you can work with. I thought Taylor was a wee bit older than that, so I didn't realise he was
That
as
is
young as
important.
that. So
Surely.
But you're getting them on a free.
aye,
Can he be?
I don't think it happens. But
does he want the hassle or no? I don't know.
No
It
chance it's
depends.
happening.
Does
But does he
aye.
not feel like Kelly or Ayrshire or something? Is he getting hassled like that?
I don't know. I don't
What,
know.
do you
I
not-
don't know.
Do you
Maybe
not
it
think the
shines.
Rangers and Celtic fans in Ayrshire?
Maybe it
do you
shines.
think he's just going to play games?
Dead thing's done, yeah. Dead thing's done.
I don't
Games in it.
Not
Surely, nah, I don't think.
And he was involved at Rangers as a youngster as well. So, and I believe he was he a Rangers fan?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you know, I think that'd be a great career move. I'd love to have done that.
Well, Mo, remember?
Played, I'd love to have done that.
Kenny Miller never got that much hassle. See all this? Kenny Miller never got that much hassle.
Did they know?
Did they?
Good.
I went
I don't
back,
know.
though.
I don't know.
I don't know if it would have
I
happened.
know. Hey, I know
didn't know
Morris
them back.
Johnson did. I was at the club at the time.
Aye, that was.
Tell you what, he was
You
a,
giving him it,
he
that's
was,
it.
he was a brave boy. He was a great lad. So he was.
See, just quickly on
Morris
this
Johnson.
Rangers situation, we're talking about who you'd keep, who would go, who's going to be making these decisions, and
I
what,
know,
you're going to wait
that's
till the
it.
summer, or
Aye.
what do Rangers need to do now? Just
appoint a manager.
Nah.
Make a decision on
Aye.
who's got to be manager.
do you think
But
that
the-
should be done before the end of the season?
No, they need to wait till they.
The owners come in.
Didn't they? Aye.
But is that gonna be too late?
This seems it's taking a wee bit longer now. There's a wee bit. I'm getting sweaty.
What does it mean will be happening?
Aye, it's happening, but it's just taking a wee bit longer.
We've got a wee bit inside info. Ross McCormick's trying to put them off, isn't it?
Wait, I hope it doesn't happen.
Why?
I'm
Nah, like kid on.
just praying it happens.
Wonder why it has been
Sooner
delayed
rather-
then. I wonder why.
These things take
I know they're in
take
it.
time.
See, if they do get appointed quite soon, do you think a new manager will be appointed before the end of the
You
season?
need to get somebody in. It's quite.
Well,
if
I think
it's
it'll
going to be
depend on-
Barry, do it as quick as. If they're going to get somebody else, they've got their sights set on. Get them in. Get them. The manager needs to be in as quick as.
But what if they get?
I know what if
sent?
Barry goes through in the Senate, it's not going to be
And
Barry.
it's no.
Aye. Well, just aye.
But I think that
Just kid on to Barry, he's getting it, and kid on to the other guy. he's getting it.
See who they did.
Aye.
But they need to be looking
I know.
to obviously what they're going
Times-
to do in the summer, because it is a rebuild. There is going to be
Times
players that need
moving
to
on, innit?
leave.
It's
And I know it was
getting-
the same last year.
I just think.
But there's players that need to leave, and they need to have. There needs to be a change at
Decisions,
Rangers,
aye.
and you can't wait and say right, appoint a manager. He's got to start in 1st of July or whenever it is, and then start looking at players and players are coming in dribs and drabs, and
But-
your rebuild has to start.
But the thing, do you not think the modern day, the way it works, right? See, the investors, they'll already know in
Aye.
their mind who they want to bring, right? So, say it isn't Barry, say it's somebody else. They'll be watching exactly what's happening at the club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll be on the ball. It's not just a case as you say, all right, we've taken over. Oh, who we got? Right, start interviewing for
But see on
managers.
that, how like looking at it from a manager's point of view. So you're watching a game where they're brilliant, and you're going. So then you watch the other games, you go,
Yeah. What's going on?
I don't know what's happening. I need to get in
And
to
work
see
with them.
what
See
they're
them,
like,
Yeah.
and actually meet these
Aye.
people.
Aye.
Yeah.
Because
You're
you can't make a fair judgment on watching a home game against St Mirren or Motherwell, or watching an away game against
Get in and
Fenerbahce.
suss them out. You need to be in and suss them out.
Definitely.
Tough game on Sunday, innit? Away to
Aye.
Aberdeen.
Oh, always is. And
Fight for third's great as well just now, isn't it?
brilliant.
Hibs and Aberdeen.
Point in it, innit? I thought for a bit it might be Aberdeen that's going to do it.
No, I think
that,
that.
I'm leaning towards Hibs.
What are they, 50 or 16 unbeaten?
16 unbeaten,
That's
which is
unbelievable.
incredible. We'll come to
Aye,
it as
Dundee
well.
United aren't far behind.
Aberdeen
It's
have
some race.
also turned their fortunes around.
Aye.
Form's been really good.
Aye,
recently.
yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I wouldn't
What's
be hard,
changed?
would it?
I
The new
think
players coming in.
I think that's helped. I think that they look like a team that were like the team at the start of the season, where they had energy, they'd controlling games. I think that Clarkson been played a wee bit deeper for me. I think he's been excellent. He has been excellent, and they've brought a bit of energy into the team. So it's definitely turned round. It brings this race in It's brilliant. Even you probably say the team that finishes 6th is out of it, but they all need to play each other. But what a race we've got for 3rd place. We've got a race for the top 6. There's going to be, well, I wouldn't, do you call it a race to 11th? It's not a race, is it, when you're looking to...
Backwards, backwards.
A race away for 11th. So it's this season's... People say about the quality, you can say what you want, but there's excitement, there's a bit of drama, and there's still loads to come.
So you say Aberdeen would be better because they've been controlling games, but who do you expect to control this game? Do you think Rangers would be happy for Aberdeen to go and control the game and try and hit on the counter-attacks?
I think that's what Rangers' strength are. I don't think Rangers are a team that will play around the back and try and open you up. I think Rangers go in the counter. I think they're good at it, especially away from home. Aberdeen will fancy it because they're playing well. It's Pittodrie. We know how difficult that is. I think it puts right.
What do you do though? Because I know that they've dealt with it all season, but you've got a game the night. But obviously, I don't know how it's went until Sunday. Then you're looking at the team thinking, right, if there's in with a chance in next week, I know that Aberdeen Rangers is a big game and it's a massive rivalry. But the big game, surely.
I would gear up. I wouldn't gear up, right?
But if they lose, if they lose and Celtic win, the league's done anyway.
It's done.
Yeah, I would look at my squad.
You would play McGregor, McCann and Dodds, wouldn't you?
Aye, they'd be...
Probably rather referee than the
two red cards are definite. Grace and Terry.
Aye, definitely. Bomber Brown at the back.
The fans will not want to hear that, you know, because there's a lot of dislike between, obviously, the two clubs you support. So it's a game that Rangers will still be desperate.
Or is this the one where it's a big game?
But I totally get, so you've got to have one eye. If they're still in the tie, hopefully they're... I would be inclined to go with Vaddy's saying and look towards that.
Does this not feed into a wee bit of the mentality to say, no manager ever does it, forget about this game, never forget about that game. That's a more important game. You always look at the game in front of you. It's to kind of go against what I said, but would you not look and say, well, this is a big game, Aberdeen away, you know it's going to be tough, you know you need to be at your best, and it doesn't matter that there's a bigger game around the corner.
But if you've got players in that squad and they play with Rangers, you're expecting them that can play against Aberdeen, mate.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Done it against Celtic, didn't they? Did they not play a European game? Celtic and European game?
But if they're still in the tie, I would certainly be looking to use my squad, because if you can't trust the guys that are waiting in the wings to get in and play at Pittodrie, there's no fucking point in having them. Simple as that.
One game before the split, who finished the third for you?
Hibs.
I think Hibs are favourites, but honestly, it's impossible to call.
What can I ask? Why you fancy Hibs over? Aberdeen over Hibs?
Nicky Devlin.
It probably is. That's just favoured me that way.
He's not playing to.
I know. That's exactly
still
what
gets a bonus,
No, but I'm impressed with Aberdeen. Honestly, the two wingers excite the life at me. They really do.
Quick.
Very quick. The boy that's come in for Nicky, I still want to play him right back. He's a cracker. An absolute cracker, he really is.
He looks good.
I'm really impressed with Aberdeen. Really.
I fancy Hibs.
I fancy Hibs because I think Rangers will get a result up there.
Yeah.
Even if they use the squad, which they should do anyway. And that's Hibs are flying at the minute for them.
I just think it's brilliant. Dundee United done that far behind. And they're
who they got?
I asked this the other day. See if Dundee United finished 4th, would Jim Goodwin deserve more a shout for manager of the month than David Gray would? Everyone's manager of the year, sorry. Everyone's talking David Gray if Rodgers doesn't win the cup. But Jim Goodwin's just came up, hasn't he? Hibs finished 3rd and Dundee United finished 4th.
David Gray, some of the we spoke about this, some of the comments around him at the start. No, I'm not looking at him. There was a game where at Ross County at home, they went behind 20 minutes in. I'm listening to the radio and they're saying, right, is this it for David Gray? And I'm thinking, it's 20 minutes in.
Who was that?
Still a game to go. It was on...
Clyde.
No, it was BBC. And the chat was about, is this the game? Is this the game? And then Hibs come back and win 3-1. And then you get that game against Aberdeen where 3-2 down, big Rocky Bashiri scores in the last kick of the ball, starts this run that they've been on. I think as much as it's, you can't take it away from Jim Goodwin, the job that he's done. Listen, what he's done so far, the job that he's done is incredible. But David Gray, I think if Hibs finish 3rd, that is an incredible season.
Does budgets coming into this? Is what I'm always thinking. Like Hibs will have a much bigger budget than United. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
So again, what Jim Goodwin's done's...
Aye, listen, you
So
can't
what-
knock Jim
What a
Goodwin.
deal with Gray, I know. You look at it, he's a massive squad, isn't he?
a good thing as well, so at times.
No, because that can work the other way as well.
Massive
people
squad
that are
and no
not
great
aye,
quality.
people, aye. But again, so he's going to have to deal with that. But for me, I think most of us were kind of sticking up for him,
100%.
weren't we?
I thought he was
I liked
got-
everything that he was saying in his press conferences. Wasn't he shying away from it? Was really honest. It's actually good to see.
Even handles it
turning
well
it around.
now,
Aye.
now when
Didn't he?
he's winning.
Yeah, he puts it on the players, it's brilliant.
Mate, I think that's his strength. I thought the way you handled the press. I agree with Faddy. I think you look at Jim and all that. Don't get me wrong. You're talking about managers a year. If Rodgers wins
Celtic
the treble,
wins the
then obviously go him. But outside that, I think the job David Gray coming from where he's came from has been
You go back to that the derby where Hibs and Hearts are playing each other and it's 11-3-12.
I know, that's mad to think, innit?
Right,
11-3-12. What was the points? What was the points difference when Aberdeen played Hibs?
Oh, there was something
that
like-
3 each game.
Let's just say 50.
25 points or something.
Say
25.
50.
Something.
It sounds
Aye,
better.
it was bonkers.
25 points
It was
or something like that. So, David Gray's
For
definitely...
me, aye.
Here's a great. I'm just going to throw one in.
Oh, we
here,
were
right?
still there.
I did. I don't know why.
He's called a great
Pube in the teeth, innit?
My teeth. I was that excited about my question. I'm looking at her sausages. Right, okay, Fergie, you fucking donkey.
myself. Relax, mate.
Right, Hibs and Dundee. Right, great question. Simon Murray.
Who's saying it's a good... You're saying you're not going to ask yourself?
I'm going with a great question.
Go for it, let's hear it.
Simon Murray. Scotland call up, yes or no?
It's been asked about 8 times this week, so
Yes.
it's that great a question. But
Yes.
I'd say,
He's got to be...
Great question.
Yes.
Yes, great question. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Why not?
Yes.
supposedly Steve Clark hates ginger, so innit? That's why he's
Is there
not
a ginger in the squad?
I think...
so.
I hate so, man.
I think we can't say no just because it's Simon Murray and he's 33. I think that you look at how he plays, he's scoring goals, he's joint top scorer, isn't he?
Uh-huh. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
He's giving it that when
And
he
that,
scores.
and, by the way, they're 11th.
You what?
Joint top scorer in the league, they're 11th in the league.
Brilliant.
I think that he's definitely worth a shout because I just think automatically people go, no. Why? Because it's Simon
You
Murray
look early
and
years.
he's 33.
He's been better
Who
than
got
this,
capped
Shankland?
for Scotland? Who was capped? It was under wee Bertie. There was fucking...
Aye.
Big kid.
Guy
You
in
want
Tenerife
to-
right now. Soaking. Guy soaking in Tenerife.
Sitting under his umbrella.
So why no? I agree with that. Why no?
You going with?
Fine. I like
you?
Murray. I like
as if we're-
everything about him.
We're blessed in
know.
that department
Definitely.
as well. I think that he's a wee bit of a wild card. You look at Germany, I know that you're looking at
Imagine
players
him
maybe playing the
tearing about.
Bundesliga, but you've got
Turn
guys
about
that are
after everybody,
I know.
running fucking people. They'd be like, what's going on here? Wouldn't it?
just in training.
Tasmanian devil, wouldn't it?
Ginger. Are they ginger?
Training, aye.
What's your answer, mate?
He's not having it.
Nah, I'm on the fence with it. I can hear the argument about everybody looks Sauce Murray 33. You're right. All the facts are there. Dundee, brilliant, scoring the goals. He's improved massively, massively.
Because I think he's all around plays good as well now.
But surely a wee wild card off the bench.
Look,
Just go
Is it-
right.
Everyone's
Go and
raving
just
about
run
Dalby
about.
this year and he's
Chase
scoring
everybody down.
Just run a bit.
Just run a bit.
But it's
Imagine you were that boy. Just keep him in a cage on the side of the pitch and you just open and go
everybody
else.
else.
Well, he's been better, as I say, he's been better than Shankland and Nisbet this season.
Well, his WhatsApp name is the Ginger Maida. That's what he's calling himself.
Yes, actually like that, isn't it?
Isn't he? He's the Ginger Maida.
As we made as the Japanese Murray.
Check, they say that to him when he goes away. The Japanese
Aye,
man.
deserves it.
Takes us good on to Celtic, Paul.
Well, me and Faddy were at the game, sending messages to each other.
You said you want to get him much back.
No, well, funny
He's
thing
got
is,
to
I was
work.
actually working.
He's texting all the
And
shit.
he's sending me pictures of me as if I don't know I'm there.
Oh, yeah.
Zoomed right in.
Aye, where are you?
All right, mate.
No, but I kept
Well, why? I'm on
I
the
sent you,
telly.
mate, I kept looking at to see if you were going to look at your phone, but you didn't look, mate.
But he has what? He's working. He's concentrating.
Hold on a minute, Ely. Slaney's on the phone.
Group chats and all that.
I know, but I'll tell you one thing, it was a boring game. Wasn't it, Faddy? Good.
It depends.
Wasn't it
St.
boring?
Johnstone,
Wasn't it boring for St Johnstone?
St Johnstone were excellent.
It was. I mean, Celtic were poor first half, especially, and St Johnstone were very good. St Johnstone were very
No,
good.
they were brilliant.
And they go at the kind of the threat of having, or the balance of having solid defensively, but having the threat on the counter with the speed. It's Sidibe and Mackenzie.
They were brilliant, Faddy, weren't they, up front?
Aye, but because you're talking about, right, you're having to chase a lost cause sometimes, but it's more than that. It's not just clearances, so they're obviously trying to take the centre-backs into the kind of wider area, so the passes are going up the side and they're chasing them down and getting a bit of joy. And St Johnstone, for me, I thought they done well enough.
Simon Murray's trying to get a move in the summer now, innit? He just says chasing lost causes. He's desperate for that.
Mate, they ragged all, honestly, they terrorised Trusty. Even Carter Vickers struggled as well with it to them.
Aye.
But they've done that to, they've done that to a lot of teams, a lot of centre-halves this year.
They've been good.
Aye.
St Johnstone have been good.
Did they go a bit longer? Or
Aye, they went.
I didn't.
Aye, they did. They still, at times they still played, but aye, they did. They went. I think
Can they stay in there, Paddy?
Because they've got a wee bit of...
Yeah.
Do you think they can stay in that league?
I think they can.
I look at that. They could go to Dundee United at the weekend and get a result.
But this is
Aye,
the same.
definitely.
See, when you play, we spoke about Rangers, and you play with Rangers, you need to be at it every single game.
Yeah.
And the expectation is you're at it every single game. When you play with St Johnstone, it's not that you're expected to beat Celtic, but you can raise your game. But these are the games now.
They need to go and get
Were you one of the fans when the Celtic team came on and you're like, fuck off.
Get the fuck.
Get fuck. He was in the Celtic end. He was wanting his money back on Monday. For his ticket.
No.
Want my money back.
He was going to do that jump out the plane without the parachute.
No fit to wear the jersey.
See, I didn't see it again, but because I was somewhere else. But I kept looking at the phone, and I just expected
Aye.
sell it all. All right, I won nothing doing at half time. They'll score. And then I was like, 70 minutes, still won nothing. Then I thought, they'll probably.
I think it's the worst ground in Scottish football to go to.
You used to all the time.
You don't like that?
I fucking hate the place.
What is it you don't like about it?
I don't know. I just think it's. I've
Surface
no
isn't
idea.
great.
I didn't
know,
like
right?
playing it, McDermott.
It was brilliant because Celtic had the free stands. I know people have been against that, but it's amazing to watch a game there with the stadium's full. Do you know what I mean? Because St Johnstone have obviously gave Celtic the free stands.
How did you get up there?
My mate took me and my sister. Big Shuggy, brilliant boy. Me, Shuggy,
Big Shuggy.
and Mel went up.
Shuggy Ed.
We went to the
Remember him?
Aye, Shuggy
Good player.
Edmondson.
Played with
Shuggy
Motherwell.
Emerson, eh?
Who?
Big Shuggy Emerson.
Hopeless. I've not seen him play, but I'll tell you now, he's hopeless.
How do you know he's home?
He'll go for you in a minute.
Fucking
No hope.
he's good player, Fergie, wasn't he?
I'm only joking.
Aye,
I'm only joking. For
Aye, he was a
fuck's
good
sake, you
player.
two, man.
Mate, he can tunk it quite. So
You're sitting here next week. You can
No,
get
I'll
here.
get these ribs. I'll be getting digged in.
Aye, so the
Nah,
feet
good
are
player.
Player, big shit.
Mate, the skydiving and
Aye, you're on a roll just now. You're chatting to somebody at the game.
So I'm not saying it to you again because it's not happened. I was sitting beside my sister. That's
Who
it.
else you sit? Who?
And my mate Shuggy.
No, so he was speaking to somebody that he was interested in. There was a bit of flirting, and his sister came and sat in the middle of them.
So I couldn't get a word, and then she was eating Melissa was eating a macaroni pie, just chewing it like that. She fucking winding me up, cock blocking your brother. It's never been seen. No, don't put that in. That's fucking. I don't mean that in that way. I just mean. But
We just finished it. She was eating a macaroni pie.
Aye.
Between you,
I shared a macaroni pie between us.
has there been any messages?
That's
No,
a-
no
that's another
messages.
thing, mate.
But-
That's like the carrier bags. MD eats macaroni pie, should get kicked right in the ghoulies, shouldn't it?
What?
No,
No, I love macaroni pie.
Seriously?
Love it.
That's, by the way,
He's up,
I think
he's
there might be
quite
something
posh.
wrong with you.
Come
You're-
on.
Do you know what else? I
You're
think you've
wondering
got
about
a
the
fetish of
most
getting
normal
kicked in the
thing.
balls as well, mate.
The ghoulies, he loves the ghoulies.
The ghoulie.
Aye.
On that day, we actually went up to the skydive just the day they only got the Celtic game, and then I was last to go at 4 o'clock or something, so we managed to get free tickets. My point was, a lot of people are saying because the league's won, maybe Celtic have sort of down tools, I don't know, but you can't because the amount of money I was paying and other fans are paying to go to that
I
game.
thought you get free tickets.
No, free as in
Oh, right.
free for me, Shuggy.
Free.
No, aye.
Free tickets. Not free tickets.
What did you make his comments about the players' mentality? Like some of these players have won
Aye.
a lot of trophies.
But the first half
Yeah.
performance, you can see exactly what it means because it's no get the same zip to their passing. It's no that they're going through the motions. But sometimes it can happen. And I agreed with what he said after the game. But I'm also surprised that he's not made more changes to the team to freshen it up. I think that you look at Kuhn, his form since the Bayern Munich game has dropped off, and it's not a criticism to say, well, he's down tools. I'm not one of them. His form's dropped off. I think when Yang's come on, he's shown that he's actually capable of playing the team, and I felt maybe 2 or 3 games ago that Yang had probably done enough to to get a start and take Kuhn out. And it is, you're still dropping them, but you're giving him a rest because of how well he's done this season. So I'm a wee bit surprised that there's no been more changes to the team, because I think boys have come in and done well. I thought James Forrest, when he came on,
Really good.
he did
Needs a goal,
more-
doesn't he? He's
He
got
done
to
more
get
than
that
10
goal.
minutes than
He'll get it. He's
Jota
the type
could.
he'll definitely get
Do you
it.
think so?
Oh, his mentality, he'll score, mate.
He's got to keep that
he
right. Is it
looks- he
15
looks sharp.
15 seasons?
Aye.
Oh,
Do
you
you, what
need
do you know? Think he's right to question the mentality?
Do you know what?
Because as a Celtic, what he's trying to install is, you know that Celtic are expected to go. Doesn't matter whatever points are ahead, but they're expected to go and win. So if he sees something in a group of players that are just there and going through the motion, that's no
Well,
exciting.
the new
But would you,
the
would you
game.
also say this? See, last year, I think he changed his style up more than he did this year. He seems on adamant that regardless of the game that they're going to play through teams. Because remember last year, he'd have played up against Kelly, high press. He's not done that this year.
No.
Like on that pitch, it's very hard to go and play through the lines, especially if St Johnstone are
Aye.
fighting for their lives.
Aye.
It's adaptive
So I
a
think
wee
there's an
bit.
element of that as well.
Aye.
But I think
I'll just leave you.
You're looking
First good point in the year.
so you're saying you don't want him to just keep playing?
No, if you're going to keep getting beat, mate.
Brilliant point.
Is that not your whole thing?
No, I used to be like that. I was the same. I thought total football, but now you need, like we've said, it, you need
I
to
think
change it, don't
when you
you?
look at
Aye.
Maeda and what he brings as a striker, and he didn't bring much at the weekend, but that's not criticism of him. Plus the goals he's on, he's actually maybe thinking, right, I want him to be the striker, I want him to go and score goals, and look, they should still be able to play through. They should still be able to play, but if you're not at the level, spoke about it with Rangers, if you're not at the level of your mentality being absolutely bang on it, and you drop off a wee bit and say this might be an easy game, and I'm not saying sometimes it happens without you even knowing it. You go in and think they're struggling, and because I thought the way St Johnstone play, it would play into Celtic's hands for them to go and press them and to go and nick the ball off them and overwhelm them. Didn't happen. But the other thing is, they knew Rangers had lost the game. They knew that had they won, they'd go and win the league. Actually win the league at the weekend coming up at home.
Yeah.
So that would annoy them. No losing the game. Losing the game would annoy them because people like that want to win every game with style. But I think that would annoy them. The fact that you can't just say it's St Johnstone will win the game and the league's won. He would have wanted that done as soon as possible, and he'll be disappointed that for him looking at it, the players, some of the players weren't feeling the same.
Bang on the money. Well said.
Great
Top pundit. That was beautifully said.
Very both fees.
He's right, aye.
That's right.
We're usually right in me, in fact. Usually get it spot on, didn't
I always phone him before on Sky. And
See,
say, right, what do you think?
I always wonder about this as well. Is this a good thing or a bad thing for Kelly, who plays Celtic this week?
Oh, bad.
It's a bad thing.
Bad thing that they got beat at the weekend?
Oh,
God.
Is there no thought of thinking like they're beatable?
No.
Nah.
No.
Going to
there
Celtic.
is a
Because there'll be a
thought.
reaction. Say like that. There's only going to be one thing.
Aye,
That's
but
a
Kelly will
reaction.
think, we're going to lose because Celtic lost at the weekend. For Kelly, they can say, look, as long as you close the gaps and make sure they don't start fast and you get in behind them and make the centre backs run into wide areas, because the full backs are going to push on. They're going to come into areas. That's probably another point. I think Greg Taylor coming on made a difference as well. Coming into areas to go and hurt. So he maybe.
Do you not think you'll see a big response for Celtic?
I think so.
Aye,
I think so. I think there'll be changes.
Changes will be made.
Strange
Aye.
Taylor cheered St Johnston's goal, so I the Rangers. Sorry, what you said?
I wasn't saying it. You were saying something.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry.
No, I think Celtic will get a big response against Kilmarnock. They did that. That's how they're where they're. You know what I mean? I always think, I keep going back to it, McDermott Park, they're fighting for their lives. You can be off it, right? And Celtic were off it. But 50, 60,000, Celtic Park, Rodgers probably has had a few strong words, as you say, mix up.
Changes will come in. McKay will come in. Taylor will come
I think
back in.
Celtic will fly out the traps and I think they'll beat Kilmarnock comfortable.
Are we going with the Engels chat now? Leaving it?
Go for it.
No, I think he's been off it recently, and I think McCown will come in. I thought he was good when he came on Sunday there. I think he'll come on, and I think Taylor will come in. Would you start Yang ahead of Kuhn or Jamesy? Jamesy. I just only maybe.
I think that, well, Yang actually hurt himself, didn't he? He might be.
Oh, right.
He might be struggling. He couldn't. He'd done something to his elbow. I think he couldn't leave his leave his arm down. He was holding like that after.
Done a skydive.
So maybe Yang will be out. But I think Yang's done well enough to get the start. But I mean, I think it's two good options. James, I thought looked brilliant when he came on. I think you look at, as you said, Taylor coming in. I think another player that's dipped for me is Alistair Johnston.
I'm going to leave him out, is he?
Yeah. No, but I think that he's another one that his form's not been right at it. And I know you spoke about it, and he's not going to do it because he's already given the reasons why. But Nawrocki for Trusty for me.
Is it semi next week as well? Is it following week semi-final? The Scottish Cup. Following week. Aye. So then, that's what you're saying. The performance levels will be up.
I wonder if he'll go. Sorry, Ida through the middle, Maida back on the left, James or Yang,
or even Jota outright.
He's been just for that as well.
Just to, because there has to be, like, I know a lot of the talk's been Jota wants to go on the ball and take people on. Kuhn wants to go on the ball and take people on. They're pretty similar. No, they're playing other sides. But when you look at Maida playing through on the left, it's about direct speed, which means you then need to shuffle across and make sure you're concentrated on that. And then that maybe gives the space for Kuhn. So maybe talk about that difference, physicality, and having that focal point up front to hit. It might make a lot of changes.
Dundee, St Johnstone, Ross County are all away from home this weekend. Do you get any of them hope of getting a result?
Well,
difficult for them.
No, I don't.
I give St Johnstone a wee bit of hope.
You've changed
last week.
No, I'm sure.
They were
shitting myself. I think I don't think they'll beat Dundee United, but I think they could possibly pick up a point.
I think County could get a point or not.
Yeah, it's St Mirren.
I don't think any of them
no based on. I think St Mirren are a team that they have been a wee bit inconsistent in terms of results. And if St Mirren are at their absolute best, they win the game. They win the game for me. But it's just the nature of the league this season that you go, right, St Mirren will win, it all comes into Motherwell v Hearts to see who goes into the top six. And then the wee curveballs thrown in. And Ross County are a team that they could get a win. And I mean, could you make an argument for Dundee based on the last two performances, getting a first clean sheet this season? You could, but I think Hibs will win that game.
It's a strange one for Kelly, isn't it? Because you're going into the bottom six. If you get a result here, it's gives you great confidence going into the bottom six. But if you get a heavy defeat, it's
I don't
think Dale's good at turning that around quite quickly.
Aye, well, he's an experienced manager. I think Kilmarnock are in a wee bit of trouble. I know they get the result against Motherwell, but their form up to then hasn't been that great. But they'll not get anything at Celtic Park. I'd be amazed if they got in Celtic Park. And then they play, obviously, all the teams run about them. So you can't. Is that good a league in the sense of excitement? You can't really. We sit here every week try and predict it.
Derek McInnes will go back to what he knows best. Be hard to beat. Be solid. I think he's trying to, over the course of the season, I think he's been trying to. I think he'll get a wee bit more flair into the team, and I just think he'll go back to what he knows best. They'll be fine, they'll be all right, but I don't see any teams you're talking about winning. I don't see Kelly winning. I don't see Dundee winning. Ross County, no, you're right. I think St Mirren will be a reaction there as well. And Hibs are flying against Dundee. I don't see any of them.
It never happens.
But I know.
I think Dundee will get something.
There'll be something that will happen in there. That's how you're.
It's that strange a league now. You know, you see results you could never predict.
I think Hibs are flying, but like in Dundee, they've got the first clean sheet this season. They've conceded 67 goals. You fancy Hibs to go
just ruined that point image just been ruined.
It's no, but you can get a feeling and you can go.
I just always think Dundee gave everyone a game, didn't they? I think
they did. Definitely.
Right, coupon time.
Right.
What are we doing? 4 teams each?
Okay.
Who's want to go first?
I'll go first. I'm going to go St Mirren home. I'm going to go, here's one, St Johnstone away.
You're just copying me.
I like you with a beard.
Yeah.
You suit the beard, mate. You really do. You really look good with that. I'm going to go for Aberdeen home. And
Aberdeen home against Rangers.
Just to be obviously with Rangers is sort of the way they've been this season. Been good in Europe.
Go and get your carrier bags and fuck off.
and fuck off. You're like a wee bit like like De Niro.
Nah, I'm not a beard guy, mate.
No, you shoot that.
I'm telling you, mate.
It is quite.
A little bit dirty.
No, you don't. But it's just unusual to see you like that.
I know. I don't know why. I've just decided to sort of try it.
You should go and get an actual beard. Like, let it grow.
Transplant.
It's nice.
Transplant.
You've got a good coverage.
I'm cutting that.
That'll be a good beard.
What's that?
That is some cut.
Wow.
I'm going to go Hibs to beat Dundee.
Yep.
Right?
Okay.
I'm going to go Dundee United St Johnstone draw. I fancy that big time. St Mirren to beat Ross County. Many's that? 3?
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Motherwell and Hearts a draw.
All right, that'd be great.
So St Mirren's top 6?
29-1.
Wow.
Cheers, man.
Right.
Derek.
St Mirren to win, Rangers to win, Dundee United to win, and Hearts to win.
9-1.
Solid, Fergie. Well done,
I've
mate.
got.
How come you think Rangers will be Aberdeen just cut it?
Just there.
Paddy.
So shut it, right? Dundee United, St Johnstone draw. St Mirren Ross County draw.
Oh.
Motherwell Hearts draw.
Oh.
Big weekend, this.
That is.
Hibs win.
That's going to be big. Wow.
Wow. I'm going to go double header this weekend. I'm going to go Celtic game at 12 and then Motherwell game.
Are you?
Yeah.
What day is that?
Saturday.
If you get free tickets
For both games.
I know. I'll be buying my
Free
ticket.
Well, you
tickets.
You're going to 2 games?
Yeah. You fancy it?
No.
I'll meet the Motherwell game. Are you working?
You'll be at the Motherwell game, you know? No.
Oh.
Who are you going to Motherwell
Does
game?
he go to
Andy's
games?
mum?
I'd shut the
I'll
blinds
meet
if
you in
they're
there.
playing on the back, mate.
What game you doing?
You and your sister doing 2 games this
No,
weekend?
she's not going any of them now.
And then you're going to the dancing
Aye.
together at night.
What game you doing?
But getting mad on Saturday, I'm going to watch the one team in Glasgow that I really do. I played with them.
The Jags.
Aye.
I done a day in the life for them 2 days ago.
How was it?
Willow was very good.
By the way, he spoke very highly.
I like Partick Thistle. I always get
What,
a wee
coaching
soft
wise?
spot.
He coached the game, mate. I was really impressed.
Is he good?
He is good.
The
I
coach
worked with him.
Changes his voice when he speaks.
Oh, I know.
He's clear, isn't he?
Did you play with Thistle?
Puts on his big boys.
Oh, I was
Big
Big boy's voice when he was coaching.
Did you think he was a good coach? Willow?
I took him in Airdrie. I was very impressed with him. He's good. He gets his points over. He's got a good knowledge of the game.
He's a good guy, you know.
Great.
See, like,
Ah,
like he's in. No, I know.
He's a wank.
He's in, like you have that intensity.
He's
but
a wine.
he's got that side where it's like no falloon.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
I'm going to be dead serious all the time. He talks quite openly. I think he's done well.
Brilliant.
Well,
Anything else?
Yeah, Falkirk tomorrow.
He's done well.
So it is. You did it?
Pumped at the weekend.
Do you think I could get tickets for that game?
What?
He's desperate to go for some
Yeah,
reason.
Falkirk.
Be sold out, wouldn't it?
I'll be a crack.
Is it at Falkirk?
No,
Yeah.
that was a
He'll get you
cracker.
tickets.
Can you get us 2 tickets?
He'll get you a partner spot
You
right at the
should
front.
make your way back to...
Who are they playing?
Falkirk.
Particus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck's
By
sake.
the way,
Sorry. I'm not
Were
really-
you on the pitch when Duncan Ferguson got arrested?
Wait, no, you never get arrested in the pitch. Yeah, fuck's sake, yeah, like, come on and handcuffed him. For,
Somebody told me he got arrested on the pitch.
Meat
Oh.
wagon.
stop you needing them on the pitch.
Were you on the gate? Were you
And
at
the
the game?
police getting
His
involved.
best mate, he done it to.
a joke.
John
Were
McStay.
you playing?
Aye. I think I was playing. Was I playing? Can't remember. If I was playing.
I didn't realise that he got arrested for an incident on the pitch.
No.
You never knew
listen,
that?
yeah.
No.
He got put in jail for it, mate.
The police get
How long?
involved, and when they shouldn't have get
I know.
involved. It was nothing to do with them.
But it was a combination of things.
Where is this gone?
It's on the park. It's fucking know your place, mate. If it happens outside the ground, getting fucked.
But if an old person's wanting to cross the road,
No,
you're like,
die.
Fucking, you're getting ran down, you bastard.